Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, my name is Sincere, and today we're going to be talking about how to build a brand or a business while working a 9 to 5. I think I'm in one of the best positions to tell you how to do this because I am a nurse and I'm also a social media manager, content writer, and community manager. And I make a little bit of money working these two jobs. So let's see how it goes. Tip number one is going to be identify your free time. When exactly are you free? Do you work a 9 to 5 or do you work a shift job? Or do you work just Monday to Friday and you don't work on weekends? Or do you work different days in a week? So identifying your free time is going to help you decide when exactly you're going to give to building your brand. Because let's say you have a physical job where you work Monday to Friday and you're free Saturday and Sunday. You know that Monday to Friday is for your physical job. Then Saturday and Sunday, you are focused fully on building your brand. Whatever it takes to build your brand, it can be creating content, it can be writing down ideas, it can be filming, shooting, editing. You are doing all these things on the weekend so that by Monday, when you start your physical 9 to 5 job, you just need to schedule. You just need to schedule the content you already created in the weekend. You don't need to go and start looking for how to create content again on Monday because you already planned for your brand building on weekends and your 9 to 5 on Mondays to Fridays. So you identify when you're free. If you're somebody that works shift, you check your calendar when exactly is your off day. You plan your life around on the off days. You know that this your off day is for you to create content, it's not for you to lazy around. You have your plan, write out the content you want to create on your off days and have them created on that day. If you're a person that works shift, maybe you work morning or night, if you're going to be night duty for like 3 days, you know that these 3 days you're using the morning duty, the morning that is free, which you're not working, to create content for your 9 to 5, and using your night duties to work for your 9 to 5. So you identify your free time. That's going to help you to decide how exactly to go about being able to balance working a 9 to 5 and also giving your fullness and also giving attention to building your brand or your business. Let's get into number two. Tip number two will be plan ahead. Just like I said, identify your free time. Once you know your free time, once you know when you're free, you have the ability to plan for it. Let's say you're free on the weekend. By Thursday, you already written down the content ideas you want to shoot on the weekend. You already written down the content ideas you want to create on the weekend. So that by Friday, you're already wrapping up your content dump, and by Saturday morning, you're ready to move into creating your content immediately. You don't need to go ahead again to start wasting time planning your content where you're already supposed to have planned ahead. And then also, if you know that Saturday and Sunday is a day you're going to film your content, you're going to shoot, you already done everything you're supposed to do on Monday to Friday. Let's say, okay, maybe you want to wash a pile of clothes, you try a possible best to maybe wash them on Friday night so that by Saturday you don't have to start thinking of how to wash piles of clothes again or how to do anything again. You plan ahead, you make your plans. If you know that, okay, maybe you don't have a tripod stand, you already borrowed that by between Monday to Friday. So Saturday, you're not going to start looking for who to borrow a tripod stand from again to shoot your content. So you already planned ahead on how to create your content, how to shoot your content, how to get your things ready. So that is tip number two, plan ahead. On tip number three is going to be choose a portable creation device. I know. It's such a nice idea to have advanced devices. You want to have the best Canon camera, you want to have the best Apple laptop, you want to have a very beautiful workspace. That's okay. But you know you are trying to juggle two things at once, so you have to try to make compromises. So the most portable creation device you can ever have is your cell phone. So it's advisable to have your documents, have the things that you need ready in your cell phone. While you're on that bus going to work, edit that video that you want to upload that you were not able to edit during the weekend. While you're on the bus, check out your emails, clear that draft, reply to that brand that already sent you an email, reply to those DMs from those prospective brand, reply to that DM from an upcoming client, check out the message that the client sends to you. While you are on your lunch break, type out that email, send in that pitch. You have your documents or the things that you necessarily need ready on your phone. You can shoot a b-roll while you are eating on your lunch break. Shoot a video of you eating. That's a b-roll. You have a content for Tuesday, you have a content for Wednesday. Why? Because you have a portable creation device. You're not waiting for the latest Canon camera. What's moving up? Oh, I think an airplane is moving by. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think the airplane is gone. So what am I trying to say again? Have a portable content creation device, which our advice is your phone. When you're eating, shoot your b-roll. When you're eating, edit your b-roll. When you're eating, answer that email. While you're jogging on your treadmill, listening to your song, reply to that DM. It makes things faster for you. No matter whatever time you can, whatever little time you have, you are using it, you're utilizing it to be able to carry out or to be able to balance the two jobs that you're doing. You already know that you have to make compromises because you're trying to balance two things at once. It's not a walk in the park and it is not easy. Let's get to tip number three. Number three? No, tip number four, sorry. So tip number four is going to be know your boundaries. Know your boundaries. Yes, I know you want to show up on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube, even Twitter and Threads. Yes, you want to show up on them. Yes, the more you show up on these apps, the more you have the opportunity to see, get brand, be aware of your brand. The more you have the opportunity to build a following on either one of these brands, the more you have the opportunity to charge higher because you can partner with brand on different platforms. But you already have a job, you already have a 9 to 5, you're trying to manage, you're trying to like build something meaningful while still working. So you have to know your boundaries. You can't just show up on 6 apps at once. You cannot control that. Pick one brand, one platform and focus on it, or you can pick two. You can even pick three. Repurpose some of your content. Maybe you're repurposing the content you're creating for Instagram to TikTok, and then you're just creating a brand new content for YouTube. That is okay. And repurposing your Instagram content for YouTube Shorts. Pick one, pick two, pick three. Focus on these brands. Try to create meaningful content. Try to build yourself on this brand. Try to grow yourself on this brand. It's better than being on 7 brands and not even showing up, or being on 7 brands and being burnt out, or being on 7 platforms and not doing anything meaningful, or not even being able to grow because you are not concentrated, you are not focused, and you are not giving value. So pick one brand, pick two. Sorry for saying brands. Sorry, pick one platform, pick 2 platform, focus on that. Know your boundaries, know where you stop, know where where you cannot handle. Let's say okay, you're building a brand not as a content creator but as a social media manager. You really have a 9 to 5. Yes, you can work, maybe you can do a social media management for 1, 2 brands. Then you can decide for the other brand to just be a content writer, or to just do page edit, or to just do consultation. Know your boundaries, know the amount of things you can do. And even when it comes to taking clients, know the amount of clients you can take at once, know the amount of job you can do at once. Because you know this is not a full-time job, this is not your full-time job. You have something else you're doing, you're trying to correlate 2 things at once. So when you are trying to like build things, don't get overwhelmed because you're taking in everything that you see, even when it's not something you can do. So know your boundaries. Tip number 5 is going to be batch create content. As I said before, when I talked about identifying your free time and planning ahead, batch create your content. If you want, if it's possible, be creating like 5 contents at once during that your free time that is on the weekend. Create 5 contents for the 5 days of the week, maybe 5 days of the week, or depending on how many times you want to post a day, batch create your content. So once is that Monday or that Tuesday, or even on that weekend, you already schedule the content. So even when you're busy at work, you are showing up somewhere else. Even when you don't have the time to start creating content from scratch, you already have a content that's going to go up today. You already have a content that's going up on Tuesday. You already have a content that's going up on Thursday. Even when on that Thursday, you are going to be in the theater doing surgery, performing surgeries throughout the day. You have a content that's going to go up on that Thursday. Why? Because you already batch created that content. So batch creating content is like the best thing for you when you are trying to build a business and you have a 9 to 5. Batch creating content is also like the best thing for even a full-time content creator. Not to talk of you that is trying to handle a 9 to 5 and building a brand as a content creator or as a business owner or as a creative. Batch create your contents. Don't forget that. This content is batch created. Then tip number 6, we have use your 9 to 5 to your advantage. Do not, I know that 9 to 5 can be like, you can feel like, oh, it's a burden, but use it to your advantage. What can you learn? Which people can you meet? What connections can you make? This that if you're, it's even going to be very good for you if maybe you're having 9 to 5 within the industry. Let's say you work as a marketing manager for a business or for a brand. Go to the classes that they're going to send you to and the company is going to pay for. Go to the seminars the company is paying you for. Learn whatever you want to learn. Carry this knowledge and utilize it in creating content for your brand. Utilize it in building your brand. Utilize it in building yourself. Make the best use of your 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 is going to still be paying you. Use that stable income. Invest in your business. I'm not saying use everything, but like having a stable income, you have a higher chance of being able to invest in your business as much as you want compared to somebody that is just a full-time creator and has not even started making money from being a full-time creator. You have the extra income to invest in your brand to build yourself. So that is what you're going to do. Utilize your 9 to 5 to the best of your abilities. Don't see it as a burden. See it as something you can utilize to help build the life you want. Let's go to the last tip. The seventh and the last tip is prioritize self-care and rest. There is no way you can pour water from an empty cup. I can never forget this. You can never pour water from an empty cup. So therefore, you actually really do need to ensure that your cup is full. So when you get tired, try to rest. As much as I'm not telling you, oh, if you work in 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, use a Saturday and Sunday to create content, this, that. When you're tired, please rest. When you feel like you're overwhelmed, please take a break. You can never give what you don't have. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're not mentally there, if you're not mentally stable, you can never create content that people will resonate with. You can never give your best. You can never be at your full ability to serve. So when you're tired, rest. Do not allow yourself to burn down or burn out because you're trying to carry two things at a time, because you're trying to juggle two things at a time. Sometimes breathe, take a break, shift back, rest. Give yourself 1 day off, give yourself 2 days off, take the week off. Say, okay, this week I'm not creating anything. Please, I'm going to try to repurpose some of the content I did last month. That's okay. Or, oh, this week I'm not posting anything, please. Oh, I'm going to stretch the one from last week to this week. Instead of posting 3 times in last week, you can post 2 times, post once this week, and rest. So when you feel like, as much as you feel like, oh, you want to give your all, you want to give your best, also remember that you need to be at the best of your ability to give your best. So if you're not the best of your ability, you rest. It's not laziness, it's putting yourself first, it's prioritizing yourself, because you're your best investment. Do not forget that. Come to the end of the video, and I hope you got a tip or two from these videos, and I hope you put this tip into practice when you're creating or when you're trying to build your business while working in 9 to 5. You do not have to leave your 9 to 5 to build a lucrative business. You can decide to leave your 9 to 5. That's okay. You can, because you feel like if you cannot give your all without leaving your 9 to 5, that's okay. You can decide to wait till when you have started making enough sustainable income from your creative business to leave your 9 to 5. That's okay. You can even go back to your 9 to 5 after leaving it because, okay, the income is not so sufficient. That is okay. But I would advise, before you leave your 9 to 5, I would even advise not to leave your 9 to 5. I'm serious. But I would advise, before you leave your 9 to 5, to fully focus on your creative business. Be sure you have systems in place for you. Be sure you have grown your business to a level where it can actually sustain you. But at the same time, it's okay to take the risks, make your mistake, and go back to where you're coming from. But this is just to let you know that you can juggle these two things, and it is hard, but it is possible. A lot of people are doing it, a lot of people are doing it, and they are very successful in it. And I hope you're going to be one of the successful people too. And do not forget, a portable creative device is like the best thing you can do when you're trying to juggle your business and your 9 to 5. Leave the fancy cameras. I like the fancy cameras, but it's not so portable for you to do whatever you want to do while you're on the run. I hope you took this tip seriously. I hope you got a tip or two. So see you in my next video. Bye.